Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about the Krabby Patty that ate Bikini Bottom, and Bubble Buddy returns. First, I'm going to talk about the Krabby Patty that ate Bikini Bottom. Enjoy! While looking for spare change, Mr. Krabs notices an oversized soybean near Sandy's tree dome. Interested in what could have enlarged the plant, he asks Sandy a tour of her residence. Sandy reveals the growth serum that made the plant enlarged, prompting Mr. Krabs to use it in a Krabby Patty. Using Sandy's phone, he calls SpongeBob for a Krabby Patty to test the growth serum, though the latter arrives before the call finishes. Sandy agrees to use the serum on the Krabby Patty, but only one drop. The experiment, to Krabs' satisfaction, works. Mr. Krabs smells something stinky, and Sandy abruptly excuses herself to the bathroom, leaving the serum with Krabs. He promptly pours every drop on the patty, guaranteeing another money-making scheme. However, the patty keeps growing. Havoc ensues with the customers fleeing the area. Squidward and SpongeBob try to flee as well, but Mr. Krabs stops them. Still thinking the scheme will make him rich, he tries to keep SpongeBob and Squidward at the Krusty Krab to work until Squidward points out the flaw in his plan before Mr. Krabs sees his cash register is getting buried by the patty. A scared Mr. Krabs then runs to save his prized possession, but as punishment for causing the disaster in the first place, he is swallowed up as well. SpongeBob and Squidward then run away as the Krabby Patty devours the whole Krusty Krab completely. In the chum bucket, Plankton sees it and, thinking that it was the biggest Krabby Patty that he has ever seen, he runs to it. SpongeBob tries to warn him that he has to get away from the patty, but he does not listen, as he approaches the patty and worships it before he gets swallowed up as well. Now expanding to a colossal scale, it begins consuming Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob runs home, and he goes to Gary, who did not heed the warning until SpongeBob gets him out before their house is absorbed. SpongeBob then wakes up Patrick, who was dreaming of the event, but SpongeBob tells him of the danger and they get away as Patrick's house is destroyed as well. Hoping to find a solution at Sandy's house, they find her tree dome destroyed. Sandy calls to him from her helicopter, and she reveals that the only way to reverse the extending process is if SpongeBob gets in direct contact with the big patty. SpongeBob complies and absorbs the giant mass of meat into his absorbent body. Everything goes back to normal except for SpongeBob in Krabby Patty form and huge. The Krabby Patties, which were absorbed, are added as pre-absorbed patties in the Krusty Krab. The episode ends with Mr. Krabs selling rare absorbed Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab while SpongeBob makes them with his thumb from the Krabby Patty because he is elongated with absorbed meat. Next, I'm going to talk about Bubble Buddy returns. Enjoy! The episode begins with a bubble with a letter inside flying to SpongeBob's house while causing mischievous antics around town. The return address of which states, 1234 Washtub Way, Soapy Waters. It finally flies into SpongeBob's kitchen, where SpongeBob enjoying a bowl of Kelpo cereal with Gary. SpongeBob opens the letter, which is from his old friend, Bubble Buddy, asking him to babysit his son, Shiny. Shiny appears out of the bubble holding the letter. SpongeBob introduces himself and takes Shiny to meet Squidward. Unfortunately, Shiny causes mayhem in Squidward's house and SpongeBob cannot find him. Shiny keeps flying in Squidward's house and destroying furniture. SpongeBob is being careful so Shiny will not pop from all the sharp objects in Squidward's house, enraging him. Eventually, SpongeBob catches him and takes Shiny to the Krusty Krab. Then, he goes into Mr. Krabs' office and flies everywhere around him. Mr. Krabs is shiny and clean from the bubble soap and tells SpongeBob to let Shiny play in the dirty dishes. Then, while SpongeBob is cooking Krabby Patties, Shiny once again gets into mischief by sliding around and making the Krusty Krab floors slippery. All the customers keep slipping, so Mr. Krabs orders SpongeBob to get Shiny out of the restaurant. Then, Shiny flies into the city and gets into lots of trouble. He goes into the Bikini Bottom Pin Factory, Bikini Bottom Scissor Works, and the Pitchfork Pantry. Then, SpongeBob decides to go to the Bikini Bottom Pillow Foundry since pillows are soft and harmless, only to find out that it is a dangerous place due to the way pillows are produced. When they get home, he feeds Shiny a hot dog in the form of a bubble, but then he pops. SpongeBob has the bubble soap to repair him. Finally, when he blows another Shiny, he grows 2 heads. Then, Bubble Buddy comes to his house to pick up Shiny. SpongeBob begins to apologize about Shiny, but Bubble Buddy says that it is okay, because sometimes it had happened to Shiny. Then, he traps Shiny into a bottle of bubble soap. As they are leaving on a bubble plane, Shiny is normal again, blowing a raspberry out from the bottle, and they go into the plane and fly away, as the episode ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.